Hello everyone, I'm Subhojit Panda from Odishatv.in presenting you today's news from Odisha. First headlines. Final and fifth phase Panchayat elections concludes. BJD wins 70 Zilla Parishad zones, BJP bags 57 zones. Post-poll violence continues to trigger unrest in several parts of Odisha. Violence reported in Jajpur, Khordha, Cuttack and Kendrapada districts. Two-phase budget session begins in Odisha. Three-tier security cover put in place in and around the assembly. Puri Mahaprasad to undergo quality checks before being sold out to devotees. Temple administration to appoint food inspector for the task. And 9 including Chhattisgarh BJP NGO cell secretary Lokesh Kavadia held on charges of distributing cash in Kalahandi district. Now the details. In the fifth and final phase of Panchayat elections, results of which were yet to be declared officially, the ruling Biju Janata Dal has won 70 Zilla Parishad zones, while its arch-rival Bharatiya Janata Party has shown its strength in 57 zones. The Congress, which had won as many as 126 seats out of 851 Zilla Parishad seats in the last rural polls in 2012, has captured 15 of the 150 zones which went to polls on Tuesday. Till this report was filed, other political parties have won 3 Zilla Parishad zones. Going by the results of the 4 phases of the rural polls, the BJD has been able to maintain its supremacy in the coastal districts, though the BJP has made heavy inroads into strongholds of the ruling party. BJP's gain in Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada and Cuttack is unexpected. Unofficial trends indicate that the ruling BJD is now in a position to form Zilla Parishads in 13 districts, namely Jagatsinghpur, Ganjam, Kendrapada, Angul, Balesur, Bhadrak, Dhenkanal, Cuttack, Puri, Nuapada, Koraput, Jajpur and Keonjhar. The situation remained unclear in Raigada, Nabarangpur and Sundargarh districts, where the BJP show has improved. Meanwhile, the BJP has established its dominance in the entire western Odisha, except in Nuapada and Jharsuguda districts, and is in a position to form Zilla Parishads in Kalahandi, Mayurbhanj, Malkangiri, Balangir, Sonpur, Sambalpur, Bargarh and Deogarh districts. Even though the fifth and final phase of Panchayat elections is over, post-poll violence continues to trigger unrest at several parts of the state. Instances of violence from some areas of Jajpur, Khordha, Cuttack and Kendrapada districts were reported on Wednesday. As per information, a group clash broke out following an altercation between members of 2 families in Kochara Sahi under Korei police limits in Jajpur district, leading to death of 1 person. The victim has been identified as Kalandi Raud. Similarly, at least 1 person is reportedly critical, while 3 others have sustained injuries following a group clash at Bontada village under Korei block in the district. In another incident, a group of miscreants went berserk, damaging vehicles and ransacking shops in Jagannathpur area of Khordha district, leading administration to deploy 2 platoons of police forces. Tensions erupted during repolling at Pokhari village of Niali block in Cuttack district after local staged protests demanding the immediate arrest of ballot box looters who are yet to be apprehended. Due to law and order situation, repolling has been suspended in the area. Repolls were necessitated on 6 booths of the village after some miscreants looted the ballot box during final phase polls on Tuesday. In Kendrapada, BJP District Secretary Mamata Samal was attacked by unidentified miscreants. Sources said the attack is an outfall of political enmity. Earlier on Tuesday, during the course of final round rural polls, incidents of murder, group clash, ballot box loot were reported from different parts of the state. A 3-tier security cover has been put on place in and around the Odisha Assembly in view of the 2-phase budget session that began today. Twin City Police Commissioner YB Khurania along with DGP KB Singh and the State Intelligence Director took stock of elaborate arrangements here. Speaking to media persons after the review of arrangements, Khurania said inner perimeter, outer perimeter and sensitive areas where Section 144 has been imposed have been barricaded and police personnel have been deployed. At least 31 police platoons have been deployed to provide security cover during the legislative session. Quick Reaction Team or QAT, rooftop security have also been arranged to keep strict vigil on any untoward happenings. Bhubaneswar DCP is in charge of the security, while 5 assistant SPs and 100 other officials have also been engaged. The Kadahandi District Police on Tuesday arrested 9 persons including Chhattisgarh BJP NGO Cell Secretary Lokesh Kavadia on charges of distributing cash in Thuamul Rampur block in the district. Lokesh along with 8 others were detained from the village in Thuamul Rampur block on Monday while distributing money in the pole-bound area. Cash of rupees 2.11 lakh and 4 vehicles were also seized from the possession. Notably, the final phase of Panchayat polls was held in the block on Tuesday. The pious Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath will undergo quality checks before being sold out to devotees, with the Puri Temple administration deciding to appoint a food inspector for the task. Briefing media persons, Sri Jagannath Temple Administration Chief Suresh Mahapatra said many complaints have been received from devotees about stale and substandard prasad being sold to them by some servitors. He said a decision on food testing was held with Food Safety Commissioner and the SJTA suggested for deputing a food inspector to check the standard of the prasad. When asked about the development, a devotee said it is unwise to call Mahaprasad as stale or substandard since it is associated with Lord Jagannath. Meanwhile, Suar Mahaswar Nijogs have been unwilling to comment anything on the issue.
अनेक समय कंप्लेन आसुची डिवोटीज मान बासी महाप्रसाद सब बिक्री हो तेणु आम सुआर निजोग मान सहित डिस्कसन करूँ ता छड़ा कमिशन ऑफ फूड सेफ्टी डिस्कसन करछन्ती से माने फूड इंस्पेक्टर जन को पोस्टिंग करने सजेस्ट करछन्ती एवं मु भावुची फूड इंस्पेक्टर पोस्टिंग हेले रेगुलरली चेक कले डेफिनेटली तार क्वालिटी सब इम्प्रूव हो एवं अनहाइजेनिक कंडीशन जो बिक्री करछन्ती ताको सब्सटेंशियली चेक करा जाय परिबो
नै महाप्रसाद तो खाइबा बहुत भलो महाप्रसाद तो निंदी हबनी जेहेतु जगन्नाथ महाप्रसाद सेटा केही भी खुणी पारिबनी जहा कहउचंती सेटा भूल कहउचंती महाप्रसाद पर के किछि करि परिबनी.
Making himself accountable for the miserable show of Congress in the 3-tie Panchayat polls, which was concluded in Odisha on Tuesday, President of Odisha Pradesh Congress Committee Prashad Harichandan said there are other factors responsible for the dismal show of his party. Addressing newsmen, Harichandan said both BJP and BJD managed to influence the voters through massive use of black money. Both the parties spent huge money in the poll campaign and Congress failed to match them in terms of use of money and muscle power and misuse of government machinery. Referring to the impressive electoral gains made by BJP as suggested in the trends, Harichandan said the show was temporary and the party should not conclude that a similar pattern would be repeated in the assembly elections in 2019. Stating that Congress would review the political scenario in the aftermath of the Panchayat polls, the OPCC president said future strategies would be worked out after the results of assembly elections being held in some states are announced next month.
निर्वाचन कमिशन को पक्षर घोषणा करा जाए नहीं आनुष्ठानिक भाव फलाफल कांग्रेस नैराश्यजनक फलाफल पाई मु निजको दायी करुछि. ग्रामांचल त्रिस्तरीय पंचायत निर्वाचन रे केवल जिला परिषद पाई दलीय चिन्ह हेउथिबा निर्वाचन रे बीजेडी एवं बीजेपी दल अकलन कला टंका खटेइले.
Vigilance sleuths on Tuesday conducted simultaneous raid on the office and residence of Sarat Chandra Panda, the Divisional Forest Officer DFO of Khariyar in Nuapada district. Official sources said the raid was carried out in an alleged disproportionate assets case. Information reaching here said 2 separate teams conducted the raids on Panda's office in Khariyar and his residence at Gauri Nagar here. Officials involved in the search operation said Panda has understandably deposited more than 1 crore in several bank accounts after demonetization. Besides, the official has reportedly failed to furnish details about 2 PAN numbers belonging to his wife. After vetting documents, the officials have come to know that Panda has not filed income tax returns. Maoists abducted 5 tribal men of Mohupadar and Kamarpalli villages in the district and thrashed them severely at the nearest hill, suspecting them of being police informers, police said on Tuesday. Later, the rebels released all of them, threatening them of dire consequences if they continue to work for police. All the victims are currently undergoing treatments. Around 30 to 40 Maoists marched into the houses of the victims on Sunday night and dragged them out by tying their hands and legs. The rebels also put a poster near the village threatening against the work for the police.
गोटे खबर मिलता कि 2 दिन तले देबा माड़कामी उंगा कबासी रामा कबासी लक्ष्मण माड़ी और चैत माड़ी जो मैंने कमारपाली एवं महुपदर जीपीर इंटर एरिया विलेज ग्रामवासी अटंती से कांगारघाटी एरिया कमिटी माओवादी मैंने पहाड़ उपर जबरदस्ती नहीं बहुत मारपीट कर बेसिकली एक्सटोर्शन करने उद्देश्य से पिटापिटी करते बर्तमान मेडिकल ट्रिटमेंट चली आम तदंत को अधिक व्यापक कर कुम्बिंग ऑपरेशन छत्तीसगढ़ जॉइंट कुम्बिंग ऑपरेशन चली एवं आम आशा करूँ से एरिया को जल्दी सानिटाइज कर
मन आसते गोटे 40 जन पर राति रविवार दिन राति 10टा 11टा भितर मत धरिक नेले तापर मत सीटी नेले जमी नेले मुझे जानी पारना एत राति नहीं कि तापर मत सीटी मारदेले छत्तीसगढ़ ओडिशा पुलिस बोली इनफॉर्म अच्छी बोली मत से दोष रे मारले मुझे किसी कार इनफॉर्मेशन नहीं मुझे जमती कि सादा सीधा लोक किंतु मत बिना दोषी रे मत नहीं कर सीटी मारदेले.
Before wrapping up the news headlines once again, final and fifth phase Panchayat elections concludes. BJD wins 70 Zilla Parishad zones, BJP bags 57 zones. Post-poll violence continues to trigger unrest in several parts of Odisha. Violence reported in Jajpur, Khordha, Cuttack and Kendrapada districts. Two-phase budget session begins in Odisha. Three-tier security cover put in place in and around the assembly. Puri Mahaprasad to undergo quality checks before being sold out to devotees. Temple administration to appoint food inspector for the task. And 9 including Chhattisgarh BJP NGO cell secretary Lokesh Kavadia held on charges of distributing cash in Kalahandi district. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.